Hello there everybody. This video is about polygon angles, the angles in a polygon. Some of this stuff we already know, and really it's about what the inside angles, these interior angles inside of a polygon, whether it has 3 sides or 4 or 5 or 100, what do those angles add up to? If you would like this resource page, it is in the black box in the classroom, so you can grab it when you want and fill it out if you'd like to use this to take notes. So what do these angles add up to, or what do these angles in these polygons add up to? Well, for a triangle, we already know, right? We know that the angles in a triangle, they add up to 180 degrees. If there's 3 sides, the sum is 180. We already know that. But what about the rest of them? Well, the rest of these polygons, I'm going to divide them up into triangles. Now, each of the angles in these triangles make up the angles in this 4-sided shape. Now we've got 2 triangles here, right? Each of them, the angles add up to 180. So 2 times 180 is 360. That means the angles in that 4-sided figure add up to 360 degrees. And that may be familiar because if it were a square, all 4 would be 90, and of course 90 times 4 is 360. But it is true for all quadrilaterals, not just squares. Let's look at a 5-sided figure. Let's divide it up into triangles. Kind of the same way. Ooh, now we've got 3 triangles. Each of them 180 degrees. So 3 times 180 is 540. Let's do the 6-sided figure. Divide it up into triangles. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. 4, each of them with 180 degrees in them. So 4 times 180 is 720. Let's do the 7-sided figure. There are our triangles. 7-sided figure has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles. So 5 times 180 is 900 degrees. And you may be thinking to yourself, hey, I see some patterns here. When we had 4 sides, there were 2 triangles. 5 sides, there were 3 triangles. 6 sides, there were 4 triangles. The number of triangles is 2 less than the number of sides. And that's important because every time we did this, that means that we took the number of sides and subtracted 2. Right? Because 7-sided figure had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles. 7 minus 2 is 5. And then we multiplied that by 180. And that gave us the sum of the interior angles. So we can use that formula for any of them. We could use it for this 12-sided one. 12 minus 2 is 10 times 180 is 1,800 degrees. We could do that with any of them. This one would be 8 minus 2 is 6 times 180 is 1,080. Take the 9-sided figure. 9 minus 2 is 7 times 180 is 1260. Is that right? Yeah, 1260 degrees. 10-sided figure. 10 minus 2 is 8 times 180 is 1440 degrees. But this formula can be used to find what the interior angles of any polygon add up to. Now, what about the angles on the outside of the figure? What do we mean by the angles on the outside of the figure? Well, here's a triangle. These angles here on the inside, those add up to 180. We already know that. But what about these angles on the outside? And there's one drawn at each vertex here. So there are 3 of them, just like there are 3 interior angles and 3 sides. But what do these angles on the outside add up to? These exterior angles. Well, I'm going to zoom out here, and we're going to see. So here we see those angles kind of getting closer and closer together, and until we can't even hardly see the triangle anymore. Right, the triangle looks like a point right here, but we see those 3 angles that were the exterior angles, the red, blue, and green angles. We see them when they meet at a point. Oops. It looks like they go all the way around the circle. That means for this shape that those angles must add up to 360. I wonder what it is for a quadrilateral. Let's find out. So here is a quadrilateral. We know the angles on the inside add up to 360 because it has 4 sides. 4 minus 2 is 2 times 180 is 360. That's that formula we just talked about a few minutes ago. But what about these 4 angles on the outside? Well, let's zoom out so far that quadrilateral can't even see it anymore. It just comes to a point. Oh, and look at there. Those angles look like they go all the way around that circle. So that's 360 again. So the angles on the outside of a triangle add up to 360. For a quadrilateral, the angles on the outside add up to 360. I wonder if it's always 360. Let's try another shape. Let's try a pentagon. So here's 5 sides. We want to know what these 5 angles on the outside add up to. So let's zoom out, see what happens. Oh, look at there. They add up to 360 again. That's all the way around the circle. So it looks like no matter how many sides we have, the angles always add up to 360. So the sum of the exterior angles is 360 degrees. No matter how many sides they have, those exterior ones always add up to 360. The interior ones are different. You got to take the number of sides, subtract 2, and times by 180 to get to what those add up to.